gonna call Critter Busters?
Dad's all torn up and Mom's got like a harpoon thing in her neck and they're getting bigger.
They'll eat anything.
You know, those, man-eating hairballs that you do not believe in.
Critters. They bite. In 1986, they invaded our world.
Drea, did you see that? I think it was an alien spaceship.
Don't be weird, Philip.
Now they're back.
Hello?
And hungry for more.
Crunch.
They're furry.
Oh, she's so cute.
Ferocious.
What the hell is that?
And they love
What's that sound?
fast food.
Aliens are real.
Hey, Drea, how's babysitting?
It's going great.
This time,
You're telling me this one's good?
everyone is on the menu.
We're all gonna die tonight, aren't we?
Who the hell is that? I don't know, but that's a really big gun.
Critters attack.
Welcome, everybody, to the number one and only Critters podcast in the world. Sit back, keep your shirt on, assholes, because you're listening to They Bite Podcast. I am the no-face spaceman from Flying Saucer, Christopher Lax, and with me today, I have the dork from New York, Sean Beard.
Oh, man, that sucks. I am from New York.
That was wrote specifically for you.
Yeah. Not New York City, at least. I'm in cow country.
Moo.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's why this franchise resonates with me, you know. Well, actually, that might be remotely true. But yeah, did you?
we got a lot going on over the past 3 or 4 weeks with Critters news and Critters related stuff. And
who would have fucking thought, dude? Like this quick.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah. We haven't done an episode since we pretty much tore apart New Binge. You know, and already we could talk about something else.
Yep. But before we jump into that, though, something cool that's been kind of going on the Critters Rehatched Facebook pages. Special effects. Well, I kind of think it's like makeup effects artist John. Is it John Nolan? Is that his name?
I don't know how to pronounce things.
I think it's John Nolan, and he's been posting some pictures. He was the makeup artist that was on the first Critters film, and he's been posting some really rare, never before seen behind the scenes pics from the first Critters movie, and they are really cool.
Some of them, I mean, they're all cool, but some of them are like, they're so freaking cool, man. I mean, pictures of it's not Billy Zane, but it's like a stunt double with like the chest thing, correct? Yeah. And another shot of a critter with over it rules. And then he actually posted some pictures of some monsters that when he posted those pictures, dude, because these are just monsters that are aliens, I should say, that are in the opening scene. They're probably on screen for what, dude? 2 seconds?
If that.
Yeah. I mean, I actually popped my movie back in and rewatched that scene just to see him real quick. I mean, I've seen this movie as much as, you know, any of us. And I've definitely witnessed it before. I think I noticed it more when I saw it in theaters. But, the picture he posted, you actually get to really see it. It's pretty obscured in the movie itself. So that was a big treat.
you guys definitely need to go to the Facebook page and check that out. He's also got some stories tied along to him as well. That's really cool to read.
Totally. This dude's got really like in-depth stories he's posting. And I mean, we've talked to some people before and they're kind of vague. This guy seems to remember stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, we plan on getting him on the podcast in the near future. I don't know exactly when our timing for availability will be available for all three of us, but we're definitely going to get him on at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if it was the next episode. I'm going to get on that now that my schedule's clearing up here. But yeah, that's really, if you're not in the group, I mean, Critters Rehatched on Facebook, and yeah, it's getting cool again. It's simmering down, y'all, from all the controversy. Our group really sucked for like 3 months or something. It really did. But
we got it all squared away, though.
Yeah, we're all friends again, Oh, man. But yeah, I was talking about big news. I mean, if anyone hasn't seen it yet, can I just jump right into it, Chris?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Critters Attack. It's a new movie, a real movie, no affiliation with New Binge. Completely different. We were right. Dee Wallace is in it. And dude, I think it looks good. Like the more I watch it, the more I like it. I didn't like the Blu-ray cover at first. Now I like it. Everything's just growing on me. I almost have no complaints because they've all fleeted at this point. The more I watch it, the more I'm just super fucking excited. And it looks great.
Yeah, the second that it was posted, well, not the second, because I actually had a bunch of people that were mad at me in the group because I was at work and I took my lunch break. I checked my phone, and all of a sudden there was like 20 different notifications for people that were trying to get approvals for posts on the Facebook group. And I just the first one I saw, I was like, "Oh man!" I approved it, and then deleted all the others. I didn't want so many of the same thing on the site. But everybody was like, "Everybody deleted my post," and I was like, "I'm sorry, I just wanted one." But the second I watched it, I was super thrilled. I was very excited. I didn't know what to think of it at first. I watched it maybe 2 or 3 times in a row. And the more, like you said, the more that I watched it, the more that I was getting excited for it. I was a little confused on a few things, but we'll get into that and discuss it here in a few seconds.
Yeah, my initial reaction was kind of nothing. And I watched it again, and it was kind of nothing. And then I talked to you and Chris about it for a second. And then later that night, I think New Binge kind of dragged me out of it for a bit, man. And like this came so out of nowhere. That was just like a month ago, if I think that we were discussing New Binge more or less, and that it came out, right? Like a month and a half.
Yeah, it was around a month.
I'm still kind of like in the shock and blow from that, and kind of getting over it and stuff. And then this came out, and I was just kind of like, meh. And and then by the end of the night, I was like, wait a minute, dude. Wait a minute. Let's watch that again. I think this might be awesome. I think this might be like a prayer answered, and I'm taking it for granted, And I went back and watched it again, and I was just like holy shit. Like it looks dark. It has its comedy elements. They all do. The comedy doesn't look obnoxious though. It's not cartoony. Oh man, it looks like it's going to be awesome, dude.
I rewatched the trailer again just before we started recording this.
Yeah, me too.
And the comedy aspect in the trailer, it might be not as bad as what we are thinking because the editing is a little weird. Because if you notice in the trailer, there's a scene where one of the girls is like, "We're all going to die here tonight, aren't we?" And then it cuts to another girl, and she's like, yeah. But if you look, it's not the same scene.
No.
So I don't think they're going to play too much, as in the characters aren't taking the event seriously like in the New Binge.
No, me neither. And that's a classic trailer move, like mashing 2 scenes together to make a joke that doesn't actually exist within the movie that way. That we've seen that for decades. So I noticed that too, and that's good. Someone posted a fan theory. I don't want to get into it right away. But there's a theory someone posted, and I think that brought me around like full force on it. I liked that dude's idea so much. But anyways, you want to just break down the trailer?
Yeah. The first thing you see is a white picket fence house, And
looks like the Brown House.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, is that supposed to be the same one? Like years later, a new family's living there.
Yeah.
And now maybe either, I don't know if the critters come back, like if it's a new, like they come back from space again, which you see the spaceship fly by, but I don't know if that's like bounty hunters or not, or if there's more eggs or something. Who knows?
Well, it looks like the aliens crash land in a field again to me, because the following scene of that is someone going out to a field, just like about 15 minutes into the original film when Brad and his father go out, and it kind of looks like maybe he discovers like a cow, like kind of like the original or something, and then it shows you your first shot of a critter in the trailer, which seems like it would be the first shot in the movie, but I'm thinking not. But yeah, dark, big open field, looks like maybe a plowed cornfield maybe or something. Dark, foggy. The atmosphere looks awesome.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed the voiceover guy explaining the event, saying, back in 1986, they arrived or something. Yeah. And I enjoyed it because it's referencing the original franchise, and it's letting you know that this is in the same universe.
That's right. Then it goes to what little plot we know is that the main girl is a babysitter. And I guess it doesn't really go too much into that. I'm guessing but the kids she's babysitting end up being our main characters, is what I'm assuming. I mean, we know we're following around this main girl. We should get to see her. We know that she's babysitting kids. It doesn't seem like she's babysitting children.
Oh yeah, it's more like teenagers.
Yeah, it looks like she's babysitting maybe kids that are 2 years younger than her or something like that. And I'm assuming her house is the Brown house, because isn't it her brother that's out with like a telescope and he sees like a spaceship or something crash, and she's the one up in the window telling him to stop being weird. That's our main girl. I
think it's supposed to be like a relative of the Brown's family, because in the synopsis it says Aunt D, or like Dee Wallstone's character is named Aunt D or something.
Interesting. And, but they all seem to not recognize her.
Yeah, that's the weird thing is I don't know, because the way it's laid out in the trailer is she's somebody who is coming there to save him and they don't know who it is, but the synopsis makes you think that it's a family member or I have no idea.
But also the family we're following in this movie is not Caucasian, so if they're related to them, I mean, it's possible, but I mean, it's kind of a stretch. So I don't know if that's the case either there. This just makes me want to jump right into that one dude's fan theory, which I'm hoping is the case. I am hoping that the bounty hunters have I don't know, they look at old footage or whatever from the original events, and the bounty hunter takes on the form of Brad's mom, and that is why we have Dee Wallace. It's not actually Mrs. Brown, it's a bounty hunter as Dee Wallace. Now, that's not confirmed, that's somebody's theory, but I personally really like that.
I like it too, but I have a feeling that it's just Dee Wallace over the years, almost like in the Halloween remake where she's grown so much into the events that she's become paranoid. So she's like saving up for the day for the return, and then they finally happen. So
I'll take that, but I do like that dude's theory better.
Yeah, I do too.
Because of all the characters, she seems like the least likely that would turn into that, 30 years later. But of course, she's the only one that probably wanted to come back anyways, and bless her for doing so, because no matter what, I am so fucking glad she's back in this movie. That rules.
Yeah. Never
thought we'd see that.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be really cool if she played the same character, but like you were saying, that the whole bounty hunter thing is definitely just as good.
Well, she definitely is a bounty hunter. I mean, if she's not, she is taking on the role of one.
Yeah. Which we found that in the franchise is easy to do.
that's yeah, pretty much. If you want to do it, you're just going to be able to, type thing.
So, but the main plot point that everybody is kind of talking about is they kind of take the Gremlins aspect where there's a good version of a critter and it is, it's white, so it looks like, a mogwai per se. It looks like Gizmo.
Like something. It looks like something from Labyrinth or some crap,
Yeah, my theory, and I'll explain it here in a second, but I'll just explain the trailer first. So there's a good critter, and apparently the critter is on the run from the bad critters. And that's why the critters are here, is to find the good critter and kill it. And you see that the good critter can kill them because it's got there's a scene where the good critter like slashes its hand and chops the critter in half, and then its eyes turn red. Like it's powerful. It knows what to do.
I have a feeling it's like telepathic, or
that's a new binge.
No, I have a feeling that it can kill like with its mind, like look at a critter and blow it up or something. I don't know. That's just something I'm thinking. The trailer is leaving a lot of guesses, and I like that.
Yeah. My theory though is people from Sci-Fi really wanted to make a Gremlins movie, a Gremlins 3, and they couldn't get the rights to it.
Oh, don't do that.
And I'm serious. But Warner Brothers was like, we have this, and this that you can have instead. And they took the critters because it was the closest one they could get to a Gremlins movie, and they changed a bunch of stuff around and created their own version of a Gremlins film in the Critters universe.
Okay. Yeah, probably. And I know I've seen a few people like James T. Mills. He was like, man, like we've put up with this forever, like people comparing it to Gremlins, and now they're going to do this. And it's like, I totally agree with them, but it didn't bother me. Like that didn't bother me when I first watched the trailer. Like I said, at first I was like numb to it, but it wasn't the Gizmo crate. It was, gosh, I don't even know. I think the first shot of a critter in it is kind of like, I don't know about this. And then every shot of a critter after that, they just get better and better and better. So I don't know. Yeah. How do you feel about it, honestly? Does it really bother you?
No, I'm actually looking forward to it, to seeing what they do, how they explore the critters, like their own race, and see what's going on with it. I like that.
Yeah. You know what? My initial thought wasn't that it was Gizmo. Other people pointed that out, and then I was like, oh, yeah, they're right. So it didn't catch me that way at first, honestly. So I don't think it's really going to play out that way either. I don't think people are going to finish the movie and be like, Gizmo. It just kind of makes sense with me, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think that it's going to be something unique that's in the franchise, and hopefully they explore it a little bit more detailed than it just being that, and nobody knows what it is, and nothing comes from it. But
I will say this, bold statement, but I already consider this candid. Like, this is Critters 5.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like we haven't seen it yet, totally prejudging, but it totally seems like we're finally getting a part 5. And I know most of us aren't really going to consider New Binge candid. And now with this coming out and being like the real serious 5, I think it's making me look at New Binge as less disappointing, because it's just like, remember that time we all got pranked? Yeah, okay, yeah, it was pretty funny, whatever. It's like someone turned a really bad comic book into a series and it flopped, and yeah, okay, so that happened to us, whatever. It has lessened the blow.
Yeah, it has a little bit. Looking back on it, you think it's not as bad as what you remember, but then you go back and watch a scene, you're like, yeah, it kind of was.
No, it is bad. It's like it's Clitters. We got like our porn parody that we, it's just like a reality that actually happened, a joke that became a reality.
Something funny from that trailer though. There's one shot of a critter, which I think the critters actually look pretty good.
Me too.
For the most part, they don't look like the original critters, but they're close enough to know that they were trying really hard.
Better than most fan things. You know,
Yes.
better than New Binge. Definitely not the Kyotos, but definitely a good, respectful homage to it. I think they look very
But
good, actually.
Something that was funny from it is, the scene that we always make fun of in the first movie where they open up the truck door. The Browns family opens up the truck door, and that critter is like sitting
Yeah.
there with like the wires hanging out. It's like,
Yeah. And the
there's that
broken
same
critter.
shot. There's the same shot in the trailer of the new movie. And it's just like one critter, and it's like it's open mouth, and it's just like, bah! And every
Yeah,
time
you're
I
right.
see that, I think of you every time.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm
man.
referring to that as Sean's critter, Sean's Krite. That's it.
Oh God, that's the one I get. Yeah, definitely. But that's the only like awkward shot in it. I would say the other shot, it bites the ankle of one kid when they're asking the girl how babysitting's going. That's another shot that seems edited in out of continuity to make up for the trailer.
Yeah.
That's the only time. Yeah,
Go ahead.
Nah, you go ahead, man.
The shot of the critter biting the leg actually doesn't look too bad. It's just the reaction that the kid gives that kind of makes it a little awkward.
Yeah, I just think it's edited together weird. Did you notice though that critter has a little bit of a white mohawk though?
Yep. There's that, and then there's also a shot of one that it's a really quick shot, but it looks like there's a critter eating bubbles or soap or something.
Oh, you're right. And he's like all like bleached or some shit, huh?
Yeah, it looks like they're trying their best to throw in any type of homages to the franchise. Critters 3, you see the mohawk, or the white bleach one. You see the soap bubble one. You see, the critter ball rolling down the street from Critters 2, which is a little awkward. I don't know how that comedy will play out in that scene because it almost looks too comical in the trailer for that scene.
I mean, if I were to have say, I probably would never bring back the giant critter ball. I don't think, what's that whole saying there? You can't do something twice. The beauty of it the first time, you're never going to capture it. So, but whatever, they have to do it. It looks like it'll be funny, man. It looks good. It looks like they're going to give characteristics to critters that, just like in part 3, they gain their characteristics kind of through battle wounds or something.
Yeah, and it's not going to be characteristics given like human characteristics. Like they're not going to be doing freaking Mission Impossible.
No. And the one that's drinking, the one that's like burping out the bubbles, I don't know. That one looks like there's a skin condition where people have that, where it's like part of your skin is like bleached and whatnot. He kind of looks like he has that. So I don't know if it's really a battle wound or if that one is just like a half albino, or something.
I did hear a rumor, and I can't remember who I heard the rumor from, but somebody's saying that I don't know if it's just a theory or what, but that white critter is like a mutation of some sort, and it's causing other critters to be mutated, and that's why there's different versions. Like they're slowly turning into that type of critter, and that's why the bad critters are in search to kill it, because they don't want to become good.
Wow. Okay. Well, that doesn't bother me either. Do you have a favorite shot from the trailer? Because I do.
I actually like the shot of the critter driving the truck.
Do you? That's so Gremlinsy too. But I know, me too.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know why, but for some reason, every time that I watch the trailer, I see that, and I wait for it. I'm like, where's the critter truck? Where's it at?
My favorite shot is when it is attacking that one guy, and it is literally biting his entire face and head. Like it is wrapped around his entire head. Like, and the attacks look mean. The critters look mean. When they're attacking people in it, it doesn't look comical. In fact, it looks less comical than, say, Critters 2. It looks a little darker. And I think we're definitely going to get, I don't know if it's R-rated, but I think we're going to get some real R-rated critter attack scenes.
It is.
It is R-rated.
Bloody Disgusting. Yeah, Jonathan Squires from Bloody Disgusting, before it was even posted, had shared some information saying that Warner Brothers had announced a new movie coming out from them called Critters Attack, rated R for bloody violence and gore. So,
well, that's awesome, man.
And that was before the trailer hit.
Oh, that's killer. No, I just don't have too many gripes. Let's see what else is there. They show in the trailer. They show Dee Wallace almost up in space, I want to say, and it focuses on her face, and she goes Kreitz, which is another thing that makes me think she might be a bounty hunter, because I want to say that's the only line she gets in the trailer, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping she actually says "kill more Kreitz" sometime in the movie.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we haven't heard that since part 2 when I think about it, huh?
Yeah. And but besides the trailer itself, we did get the release date, which is July 23rd.
Yeah, we got the cover
it's pretty
art.
Close, but it's pretty close date, but it's also far off. Like I don't want to wait that long, but I'm fine with that.
It'll come faster than we think. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Yeah,
it's going to be released July 23rd on Blu-ray and digital, and then be released on TV for the first TV airing in October as part of the Sci-Fi Channel's 31 Days of Horror programming.
Oh, well, that's news to me. That's very cool.
Yep.
Well, I'm wondering how good of a release it'll get. Like, is this something that we'll be able to find at Walmart? You know,
I think so. It's a full Warner Brothers release. So,
that's awesome.
It's not some like side company or anything. It's legitimately, like, if you look at the side, it says Warner Brothers on it for the cover art and everything. And I think it'll be everywhere. I actually checked my local FYE, and they already have it up in their system for pre-orders. So,
well, that kicks ass. I figured FYE would get it though, because I've even seen they actually have the box set for sale at some of their stores.
Yeah. But with that Blu-ray that's coming out for it, it's got some bonus features on it. There's going to be some featurettes of, like, there's one about, I think, the making of the Critter Ball. There's one of just special effects and, like, the making of some of the props. There's also going to be a commentary with the director Bobby Miller and a critter. So that's kind of odd.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't know what to expect from that. It could just be not much, because I don't think we're going to get talking critters this time. So
no, I don't either. But I think it's going to be more like, if you remember the behind the scenes footage that was posted a long time ago online of, like, that news report where the guy's visiting. Yeah, the guy's visiting the Critters 2 set, and then he interviews the critter, and it's like, it's got the subtitles, but it's like just doing the critter talking type voice, and then he attacks the reporter. I think it'll be something like that, where he'll ask a question, and you'll just hear, like, the critter noise.
That's what I'm thinking too, and I'm totally for that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
There seems to be a main critter, and I don't mean I want to stop calling it the Gizmo critter, the good critter. There's one, now I'm assuming it's the main one because he looks badass. He's like the main cat in Strays. No.
Yeah.
No, he's missing an eye. He's all cut up. He just looks like the main one to me. And every shot they show of that one, fucking awesome. Perfecto.
Yep, it's got a claw mark down the side of the face, which is led to believe that the good critter had attacked it or tried to attack it at some point.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're going to get a fight scene between those two.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
Hell yeah, dude. We don't have a name for the new one either, the good one. I wonder if there's a name.
I'm not sure. I don't think it's in the trailer. So
no.
You know something that'd be really cool, and I know this is far from what's going to happen, but it just popped in my head. But what if all the bad critters roll into the big critter ball, and then the white good critter grows big like it does like they did in the first movie, and then they like fight each other, like the giant critter ball versus the giant good critter.
That could be done right. That could be done right. I don't think that'll probably happen though. It almost seems like the critter ball scene. It almost seems like it's going to be like in the middle. It's going to be like a quip that goes by for a second. That's almost what I see happening with that.
I think it's going to be finale. it's gonna be mixed in with the scene with the cops getting attacked. It's gonna be like the town is going crazy, you know,
Montage.
people calling,
Yeah.
people calling the police, and then all these sequences, and then the police answer the phone, and that's when the police get attacked, and then cuts back to maybe that's when D. Wallace Stone's character comes in and starts shooting up all the critters. And
Yeah, because if I try to put the trailer in order, it seems like the giant critter ball is in the middle, and it seems like D. Wallace probably shows up, like action wise, probably within the last part of the film.
yeah, I'd say the last like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I can almost piece the trailer together and tell what's at the beginning and what's at the middle. Like when the guy's getting his face bit, like in full, that almost seems like towards the beginning. The daylight scenes seem like they're towards the beginning, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, with there's the very end shot that has like a construction worker or something getting bitten. I feel like that's going to be like the one of the first attacks too. Like you were saying earlier that the guy on the bike in the field at nighttime might be the first attack because he gets drugged, which I think it's kind of odd that he gets drugged away. Like, and he gets pulled away. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, there's a scene where I have my qualms with. I don't really like how fast he gets pulled away, but also it seems like an homage to the cop in the first movie getting pulled under the car, which honestly, I never thought that was done the best it could be either. So
yeah, I always hated that scene in the first movie because it doesn't make any sense, because the guy kind of like, it almost looks like in the first movie he pulls himself under the car.
He totally is.
Yeah, and
just someone's helping him, but he's helping them too.
Yeah, and the critters, they bite, they attack by eating. They don't pull. The only time I've ever seen any critter pull was in the first movie, the giant critter dragging April to the spaceship. That was it.
Well, I mean, that's one thing I don't expect. But what if we get another giant critter?
I don't see it happening.
I don't either. And we've all said that even though we love the first movie and we wouldn't change it, we're glad that element never came back. So I don't necessarily want them to do another giant critter, unless, like you said, the small one can grow or whatever. I could see that working.
Now, something else too that's not answered, and I really hope it's true. I hope it does happen, but we were talking about the house looking like the original house from the first movie, the Browns house. I hope this movie takes place in Grover's Bend. Even if it's not really like seen much, I still hope that people are referencing it, or, you know, saying, hey, we're here in Grover's Bend, we need help or something.
I hope so. I guess I just kind of assumed that it was. It feels like it is from the trailer. So it almost seems like it has to, honestly, man. To me, it almost seems like they're coming back to the same spot from the first movie. I don't know if it's necessarily going to ignore the sequels, but I think that... Hello?
Hello? Was that Chris?
Yeah. What's he doing? Yeah, crazy son of a bitch. Yeah, what are you doing? Chris Hampton, everybody. What? Put an applause sample in here, Chris. Yeah. Are you like out in your garage and we're somehow hearing you? No, no, I know. Okay, bye. Chris Hampton again, everybody.
We're going to be talking to ourselves. Like, we're not going to hear Chris at all. It's just going to be me and Sean reacting to nothing, because that happened once before. It was really funny.
Yeah, that's cool. You know, we do a professional podcast here. We get a comment at least once per episode where someone says it was recorded on a microwave or something. And
yeah, that was great. There was the last podcast. It was really funny because me and you and both me and you and Chris Hampton were like, yeah, that was probably one of the best sounding episodes we've had. And then one of the commenters on YouTube was like, "Did you guys record this underwater in a barrel?"
It's like, God damn it! Like, but then I don't know. Who cares? It is what it is. I mean,
I don't care.
If the Critters podcast was done in like a studio, all professional, I don't know. It just wouldn't make sense to me. So, let's see, what else is there to really say about this trailer? I mean, there is a lot to say. The explosions of the critters look good. The CGI, which is there, does not look like CGI. Maybe it isn't CGI. When they're blowing up those critters and the green slime's coming out and shit, looks pretty damn good to me, man.
Yeah, the only CGI I noticed in the movie or in the trailer is when the guy's getting drug away and there's like dirt and dust flying up.
Okay, so I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it looks like maybe that area where he's being drug on was like a green screen, and they didn't want to actually drag him through the ground, so they just put him on something and made a green screen over that. So all that dirt that's being kicked up and stuff around where he's being attacked is all CG.
I see. And then there's a scene where two people are being like attacked, like behind. You're kind of like viewing it through the window, and as the dude's coming, he pulls down the shade and stuff as it's going. But even that scene looks good. The critters, I think, are hairier than normal. I want to say it's like the longest hair they've ever had.
I don't know. I'm going to have to watch it again and look at it. They looked normal. They looked a little bit longer to me than they do in the.
Yeah, I think Hampton pointed out that they look bigger than they even did in part 3, and I think he might be right. But I don't think it's much bigger. If they are bigger, they look thinner. Because I always thought in 3 and 4 they kind of looked rounder, kind of like fatties.
Yeah. But I was noticing like in the scenes, in the shots where the critters are attacking, like the legs or the face, they made them longer because they had to put their hands in the shots to make the biting, look like it's biting. So they put the hair all the way up the person's arm, so you wouldn't see any of the puppeteer's arms.
Yeah, it looks good though.
Yeah.
I was super stoked. There's no scenes of them shooting their quills. We haven't seen that, and I'm sure they'll put that in. I mean, that is one thing. You might be right that they want to do Gremlins and they ended up with this, but it seems like everybody went back and really did their research and knows what these movies are about when they're doing this one, which I can't say about The Last Installation. This looks. Well, gosh, I mean, with that Last Installation, maybe they even watched that and were like, okay, well, we can't do that. So we're going to have to really like get back to the roots of this franchise. New Binge might have actually helped this in a way, if that makes any sense. But also this was filming when, dude, like quite a few months before New Binge got released, but they still could have seen it.
Yeah, there's a chance that they could have seen it, but I don't think so.
No.
I think because they had the rights to make the movie and everything that were announced around the time that Critters and New Binge was being filmed, like finishing up being filmed. So I think they already had the idea of what they wanted to do, and we're working on that because it filmed really quickly in January, and New Binge ended filming in like beginning of November.
Okay. Yeah, so probably not. That probably didn't really have much effect on it. It's having an effect on us, though, because I mean, if anything, this could suck, and we could think it's great because we were just handed something that we didn't want, So it's going to change our bias a little bit. I'm trying to think of what we would think of this trailer had New Binge not even happened, not even existed. And I think I would still actually be really stoked on it. It really does look good.
Yeah, I agree. I am looking forward to it 10 times more than what I was for a New Binge. And the thing is maybe a New Binge, we knew about it far too long and our expectations were so high for it.
We talked about it for a year.
Yeah, and this one literally, like, we knew nothing about it for the month that it was being filmed. We heard nothing at all, and then all of a sudden, the New Binge came out. We were all focused on that. And then comes the Sci-Fi Channel one. It's like, oh, it happened so quick that we really didn't have much to go on for the excitement. So it's like all of a sudden we're looking forward to it, and
totally,
we don't have that. And we don't have that moment to disagree with a lot of things. So
Yeah, we just have 2 months to wait right now, pretty much. I mean, yeah, definitely. We waited way too long for New Binge. If anybody has listened to this podcast from episode 1, we've been talking about New Binge. We talked about it for like a literal year, hyped it up, had our expectations so high. And, ironically enough, I think the whole time we were just talking about Critters Attack. And we didn't know it.
No,
I mean, like what our expectations were, what we hoped for, and everything.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah,
we wanted Critters Attack, but we got a New Binge, and then all of a sudden we got Critters Attack.
Yeah, I like the title, by the way, because we've been thinking for a while, like, what's the best title they can give it, and I still stand by Critters Rehatched. But
it's weird saying Critters Attack as the title, but hearing the voiceover guy say, with the exclamation point, the way he says it sounds right, but the way I say it doesn't sound right to me.
No, it's not like, it's like, can I get a copy of Critters Attack? No, it doesn't sound cool. You have to have the voiceover guy being like, he would like to purchase a copy of Critters Attack.
Yeah, and then you should totally get hired for that. I like the logo. The logo actually looks pretty cool. They did a version of the original title with the red lettering and the bite marks out of the C with the Attack logo on there. I liked it.
Me too. And is there a tagline?
I don't think so.
Okay.
If there is, I'd have to look on the box set. It's not in the trailer, but I'd have to look at the cover art, and see if it's on there.
The cover does resemble the Fright Rag shirt, but also the Fright Rag shirt was just somebody drawing 3 pictures that we've seen for years and combining them together. So I would say this instantly beats it. I kind of want to know Hampton's thoughts on how the critters look, because he's like the most cynical of the 3 of us.
Yeah, he's the one that's doing all the effects for replication of the critters. So I'm curious to see what he thinks of these new designs.
I think it looks good personally. I think the only thing about him that I don't think looks as good as the teeth, but I just don't think anyone can nail what the Kyoto brothers did with those teeth, man. It was an individual sculpt for each tooth put into the mouth individually, and that's so much more work than I think anyone else wants to do. And you could tell that the sculpt on these is that the mouth is a full, sculpt for each one, and the teeth are included.
The eyes look good.
Absolutely. The face looks good. Some shots better than others.
Yeah, and you mentioned before, I think might have been on it was either the last podcast or the one before that, where we talked about one of the behind the scenes photos, and you see like the actual hand of the critter, and I think the hand looks really good too.
Absolutely. And that was the first shot we got to see of the critters for this movie. It was a critter holding the camera, and I said it kind of looked like Elf, and I stand by that. That picture, he does kind of look like Elf. They do not look like him, though. Like, now that we actually see them, it's not Elf. I don't want to disappoint anybody, but
that'd be great if Alf popped up in the middle of the movie and was just like, "Hey, where's the cats?" And then all of a sudden the critters attack, and then they eat Alf.
Or instead of an ET doll, they have an Elf doll. There's an homage to that scene.
Yeah.
No, fuck Elf. Keep Elf out of here. That shit was stupid. I really hope that one with the mohawk isn't as much as a Gremlins type reference as I took it when I first noticed. That'd be too much, giving one a mohawk and making him the leader or something. I mean,
I don't know, because you have the good critter, and then the guy that's at the table is like I can't think of the guy's name, but like
he's the dude from Karate Kid, isn't he?
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's him, but I mean, it's very reminiscent of that type of character, like in Gremlins, the guy who holds the Mogwai and Gizmo at the beginning of the movie.
That was like totally an 80s trope, like in just in movies in general. You'd have like the wise Asian man, or
Yeah.
something. So yeah, that's totally in here. And he's like self-narrating, and he's like, "So you're telling me this one's good?" It's a little campy and whatnot, but something tells me that that's just how the trailer's edited together. I don't think it's going to be as campy as there, and it doesn't even look that campy.
Yeah, I was looking forward. Like, it's everything that I saw, even though that I was like, oh man, that's a little cheesy there. But I was like, you know what? I don't think I care.
Well,
I think I like it.
It's the perfect time for this to come out because Stranger Things really brought back this like 80s trend in horror, and then it did, but it's all like, Goonies adventure style in horror movies. And this kind of looks more like it could be an 80s movie instead of more of an 80s homage movie. This it doesn't bleed it, but yeah, this almost seems like it could have came out back then with what they're going for with this. And that's definitely a compliment to it.
Yeah, definitely. So, final thoughts on the trailer itself.
It got me excited. That's for sure. I think everything looks good. I really have no qualms. We were handed something that we never wanted 2 months ago, and this just seems like it was such a disservice, and this just is so making up for it. I feel so grateful. I know there's some people in the group that just tell us we should be grateful for just getting anything, but that just seems like they're downplaying the fan base and anybody who would be obsessed with this anyways. It's like, well, you're into Critters, so why don't you just be grateful with what you get? It's like, that's just bullshit. Yeah. Just because this isn't Star Wars doesn't mean that we don't care and we just don't deserve something good from what we love.
I agree. With that trailer, it made me excited. The more I watch it, I can't stop watching it. I get more excited the more I see it. I think that it's well made. It looks really good, and it looks like it's got a lot of care taken into it. I don't think I'm gonna be disappointed with it.
No, me neither. And I don't feel like I'm getting my expectations too high at the same time. So which is definitely a fucking good thing. I wish it was in theaters.
Yeah, I do too. I just don't think it had. I don't think it has the amount of money that it could receive theatrically that they would want to put it in theaters.
No, it would bomb if they really did try to go for theaters, no matter how good it is. I think this is the best way for them to go about it, is putting it on Blu-ray first. I'm surprised they didn't do just a TV release first, like air it on Sci-Fi and then make it a Blu-ray. But sure. I think it'll get more exposure and have more. It'll make more money than what they expect, maybe, by doing it the way that they're doing it. Yeah, and people will go like into Walmart and FYE and pick it up. That cover art is good. It's very good, especially for nowadays. Cover art sucks nowadays. That is very good cover art compared to what most people. It's better than that Scream Factory release for the box sets art, like by far.
I like it. I do like it better than the Blu-ray box set. I'm interested to see the back cover scan if they ever release one. I always like to see the different artworks and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I want some more shots of the movie. I want some more screen grabs from the movie. That's really nothing that we've gotten. We got a full trailer and we've gotten like no screen grabs. We've gotten, but we found behind the scenes footage. We kind of, me, you, and a few other people in the group more or less discovered this was happening through hounding Instagram and stuff before there was any real release. Like, we found out about it before we should have. We should have just found out about it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And I don't know if that would have been a good thing or not. That would have been really cool had we not known anything at all, and then all of a sudden the trailer hit.
Yeah, that would have really, caught us off guard. I was caught off guard anyways, dude, because, okay, we got the trailer just like that, and now we just have to wait till July. I was thinking we weren't going to get this shit till 2020, 2021, you know? Yeah. well, for how long we waited for New Binge, it's just like I'm used to. I definitely have patience now, you know. But yeah, I think it'll do good. I think it will probably. This looks like something that your kids could see and get, and I say that mostly because of the good critter and stuff. But it has. It kind of looks like a perfect balance. It looks like it's going to be scarier than it used to be. Definitely gorier than it's ever been. But also, it's going to have that element where I think it will. Little kids, even little girls, even would get into it and whatnot, because it does seem like there is a little girl character that bonds with the good Krayt.
Yeah,
And that's awesome. I like that it's not an all Caucasian cast. Honestly, I don't know why that matters, but I just think that that's better. You know, just to do that.
I mean, it's everyday life. Like I don't know where I go anywhere in at least where I live. Anywhere I go, I don't see everybody's Caucasian. You know what I mean? It's all different.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't think anything of it. It was just normal that they were like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so that's perfect. God, I really think it's just gonna rule.
Yep. I think it has potential to make at least maybe one sequel, depending on how well it does, because it's done by Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi is a channel that likes to do TV movies. They're going to have content for those 31 Days of Horror. They need content for their channel at all times. They're always looking to make more. So if this does well for them, there's a possibility. I mean, look how many of those Lake Placid movies there are and how many of those Sharknado movies there are. And those movies are not very good. And there's not really a fan base for those movies, but they still keep making them. So the fact that they have this franchise, and if it's done well, there is a fan base for it. There's potential for them to be an interest in making more.
Well, here's another thing too. When Leprechaun Returns came out, there was no like planned Blu-ray release. It was like a straight digital thing. They didn't have that much faith in it to release it physically. They have faith in this. Like they announced the physical release like instantly. So that tells me too that they have more faith in this than they did Leprechaun Returns. And I thought Leprechaun Returns was really good. So I think that's a great sign. I think that they expect this to do good and there to be a sequel. And yeah, dude, I'll fucking take it. I just don't want any more New Binge, that's for sure. You know, but yeah, I want this to bring the franchise back. I hope it gets kids into it. I hope it boosts sales in the Scream Factory release, and you know, people start checking it out again. I have a feeling Shudder is probably going to get a hold of the Critters movies soon and have all those for stream and whatnot, and as they should. And yeah, I just think there's going to actually be a comeback for Critters, and not just a comeback for people who have liked it before, but I think this will actually gain a new fan base, a younger fan base, and that is awesome. I would love to see some younger people joining the group and just, you know, I never saw this before and I'm becoming obsessed with it. That'd be really great.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to see. And I'd like to see some people who had never seen the franchise and just see their reaction to watching it for the first time, you know, and then discovering the first movie based off watching this one or something.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah. And that's the thing too. This looks like the type of movie where it'll bring people in and they will like it and they will go back and still like the older ones, at least the first two, because this looks in tone with the first two. And a little bit of 3. And a little bit of 4. Honestly, it looks like it's considering all 4 of them.
I'm hoping that there's a bowling reference in this movie.
Oh, dude, they got to blow up a church. They got to. I mean, that was like a theme that should have continued. Like, there should have at least been a scene in Critters 3 where they turn on a TV and there's just like a church burning. And
yeah, that's funny.
Just to stay in theme.
Yeah, I mean, well, the bowling thing.
Critters.
The bowling thing happened in 1, 2, 3. Didn't happen in 4.
That's right. Yeah, that's
but
right.
Then there was the bowling thing in a New Binge. So I'm hoping that there is one in this one.
Yeah, why is bowling such a theme in these movies? Man.
I think it's just because of like the ball thing, the whole.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Same size as the bowling ball.
That's true. Did you see that thing someone made where it was like making fun of the new Sonic the Hedgehog thing, but it was like a crossover with Critters?
Yeah, I saw it. It looked like they took they just took like a shot from the poster and just made like red eyes or something and then called it Critters.
It gave them sharp teeth. But like people were posting that all on my page and stuff. But I mean, when I think of Critters 3, there's like a Sonic the Hedgehog's quip in there because they have that power that never goes on any other movies, you know?
Yeah, I'm wondering what they're going to incorporate into this one to see how far they dive into it. That'd be cool to see like the green crystal again, or the
that
one
is
critter
not happening, dude.
The one, fuck you, Sean. It's happening.
No, it's not.
Or the one critter that has like that ability to call the other critters with that loud, ear-piercing sound. And
oh yeah, that'd be cool. A Blackie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool if they brought that back too. Even if it just one scene, just one quick scene or whatever. The critters almost seem more like less impactful from what I can tell in the trailer on this one. It almost seems like you got a lot like flying solo out on their own, killing people and whatnot.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a lot of them too.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to actually, like, the critter ball's going to make sense because, let's face it, there were not enough critters in part 2 to make up that critter ball. No, I watched it one time as an adult, and I was like, you know what? There's only like 25 critters in that barn when it blew up. That's okay. Yeah, our final thoughts is really ringing on with this, but I'm just so excited, man. I feel we're finally getting this, and it's so what we fucking wanted. It makes up for so much. I'm stoked.
I'm very, very excited for it. I don't want to be let down again, but I don't think it's going to happen. And the July 23rd can't get here soon enough.
That's for sure. I think that Blu-ray says DVD, Blu-ray, and digital, right?
Yeah, it's going to be all one release.
Okay, good, because I'm not buying a fucking Blu-ray player again. That sucked.
Yeah, you're going to get all of them in one little combo.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll get another box set now, too, to include it. I almost feel like they could come out with like one of those, $5 bin looking releases that just has them all, with the artwork cheapered out.
Yeah, I agree. And I think they might do that, too. It'll probably be after they make their money back from the original sales. Probably like around October, you'll see the 5-film set, Critters.
Yeah, it'll probably just take the artwork from Attack and then just put it out as a box set or something. I can see that or whatever. Yeah,
it'll be like it'll be no new features. It'll be everything like the original DVDs from Critters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just the Blu-ray release of it, no special features. But then the new binge or not new binge, Critters Attack will have the bonus features on it from the Blu-ray release.
I think about that bonus feature where they're interviewing the Kyotos on the box set there, and I think it's Charlie who says, I'm ready to pass the torch on to whoever wants to take over the Critters thing. And I remember when New Bench happened, that quote entered my mind, and I was like, man, it's probably not what he thought. It's like, hey, like he should snuff that torch out before he passes it to these guys. These are the guys who got the torch. This movie. This is totally it. And I'm so fucking grateful.
I am too, man.
Hell yeah.
Well, guys, I think that's it. We've rambled on and on. We've rambled on and on about a trailer for probably a good hour almost. But we're both really looking forward to it. And if you guys have seen it, please comment down below what your thoughts are on the trailer. And let us know. Please join the group and discuss some stuff in there. And,
yeah, please. Yeah.
And just keep up finding more information for us, because I get a lot of people sending me stuff. And somebody sent me something recently saying that the composer for Critters Attack is going to be releasing some bits and pieces of the music and stuff soon as like samples and stuff on Instagram. So that'll be interesting to listen to.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one thing we didn't comment on. But the music in the trailer does sound good. It sounds like it should. So that's.
It sounds like they blended the music from part 1, part 3, and part 4.
Yeah, outside of that end theme in part 4, that's still such the weirdest way to end the franchise with that.
Yeah.
It's like a karaoke bluegrass song. You love that song though, don't you?
I do. I love how it's like ding 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 ding.
Why?
I don't know.
That's cool, man. Someone had to.
Nostalgic reasons, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a sad ending, and then it just goes to Looney Tunes. I don't know. But on that note, let's wrap this one up.
All right, Kilmore Krites and Critters Attack.
Yes. All right, guys.